What up, YouTube? Big Body Cars here. I figure I'd give you guys a quick update where I'm at before the holidays start. And I'll be locked down for a while, and I'll probably do another update, but it'll be after the first of the year. I know I won't be able to touch on this thing, and then I got a few things now I can't do. But let y'all know how far I've got so far. So I finally got my Corvette intake put on. If you're going to do one of these, there's a couple of things to note. Your truck injectors will not work. Your truck fuel rail will not work. And your truck throttle body may possibly work. What I had to do on this one, had a hard time, I don't know if I can get y'all a picture, getting that to clear all that. That's the 99 2000 water pump. And what you have to do to clear it, on the bottom of this, there's actually a steam valve that runs right in between here. Sorry about that. And what I did was I took the steam valve with my spacer kit. It actually has a spot for it that holds there. And I routed it completely under over there into the head. And the way you do that is you have to actually cut the steam valve off the bottom of the throttle body. It's just a piece of tube that's locked in aluminum to heat it up. You don't really need it. Cut it off, worked fine. It went. I had to buy that spacer kit. I got that off Amazon to go from 4 to 3 to use my throttle body. And it actually ended up working pretty good. I swapped the drive accessory out. Now this isn't like a kit. I got that side there off eBay from one guy for about 70 bucks. And I got this side from ICT Billet, I think for about 130 bucks, 120 bucks. The trick to this is I actually ordered the one for the truck water pump. If you order one for the truck water pump, the spacing is a little bit different. What I did to make that work is I actually took those spacers there are off my old kit that I had on my SS. That was the one that you didn't have an idler on. And I actually cut them down until I finally got the spacing correct for the belt to line up. So if you're going to do one of these, make sure when you do it, you actually get the one for the car intake and not for the truck intake, or it's going to space it out way too far, I think. To begin with, it was somewhere like way out here. Swap coil packs. Those are coil packs off the same Corvette that I actually bought this intake off. You will have to buy different brackets. Your truck brackets will bolt them up, but they won't clear to sit off in the bracket. I could have made it work, but it was going to be a lot more trouble to make it work than just going on eBay and ordering a set for 40 bucks. Took all my injectors. It's another thing that's not going to work. And I bought the adapters to convert them from the truck style plug to the car style plug. But what I did instead of just plugging them up is I actually took this harness apart on both sides and cut the old ones off, soldered the new ones on, heat shrinked them, and then lubed them like that. And then moved the actual plug that goes to these that usually sits here. I extended it backwards and hid it back there and did the same thing on the driver's side. And that way right there, it looks more like a factory fit than, just having those wires go everywhere. And, originally on the truck intake, the wires come across the top of here and make a turn down. I actually did the same thing with that. I extended all that back, moved it all around, make it look cleaner. I could clean it up a little bit better, but for the time point, I wanted to get the car back running and make sure everything was okay. It took a little time, but I got it done. I've got a cold air intake to go on this. I just hadn't put it on yet. I finally got my lines for the 90 Caprice. That's all you need if you're going to do one of these swaps. This is the same compressor that goes on a 90 Caprice. This is the condenser that goes on a 90 Caprice. And then you buy the lines for a 90 Caprice, and you don't have to make anything. It all bolts right up. All you have to do is charge it. Now, I don't know if you know on the cutlasses, the old one has this little tank here built onto it in a spot there. I could have reused that. That was fine. And it would actually reach for the sides, but the 90 Caprice one looks a lot cleaner. It's just a straight up line that goes here and goes there. You feel here and you've got one line down there that feels. It's just going to look a lot cleaner in my opinion, so I just rather go that route. Things to note, I've got a new fuel filter for this car. Right now I have the filter / regulator on it, which my pump is the in-tank G-Body Holly fuel pump. So it has a regulator built in it. So I feel like maybe I don't need 2 regulators. So under the car where I've got the A&M fittings, I ordered the factory fuel filter, and you can buy A&M fittings. I ordered some off eBay to go into it and make it work over. Other thing I did, more I'm working on, I hadn't quite finished yet, is I'm fabbing a Fire Tab 8 into this bezel here. This is one I ordered off of Facebook Marketplace. There's a guy in Canada. If you look under G-Body, all the G-Body forums, there's a guy from Canada that's selling these parts really, really, really cheap. I think I give him 30 bucks for this whole piece here. And if anybody knows what they're cost, that's pretty good. What I had to do this to make this work. So I actually cut that factory vent. But this still, let me sit this down where I can show y'all. This still functions. Still open it, close it like you're supposed to. I had to cut into it here to push it up. Cut into it down here to get it to go. See, I got a piece there I'm working on. Fiberglass all this in, make that run at an angle. And you can still get the factory cluster in, which my cluster is ruined. It got wet or something. None of the gauges worked when I bought the car. So I'm going to determine how I want to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do a Dakota Digital VHX, which is what I want, but they're pretty expensive. Or if I'm going to do, say, the odometer, I measured it. I've got a printout for the odometer and the actual ones, the Universal 7001, I think the number is. It's the right length that way, but it's taller like this tablet is. It's almost about the same size as this. So what I may do is cut across here up to there and mold it in the same way I'm doing that, because it comes with like a plastic cover. But this is going to be a pretty neat setup. I can't wait to get this done and show you guys, because I've actually put the Car Guru web deal on that Fire tab. I went online and turned that tab into a full-blown Android tablet. So it runs all my apps. I can do my Spectrum TV app. I can do my Disney Plus. I can do my Netflix. I can do my Deezer Music. I can do my YouTube. I mean, you name it. I can do my XM satellite. And I've already tested it out. I've got a older Sony radio that I'm going to put in the stock location. And I've got the older style Alpine EQ. And I've got the kit to do the both of them. But I don't know if I'm just going to run the radio, because I've got both kits. I've got the one to do the radio and the EQ, and the one to do the radio. But either or, I'm just going to use the radio, use the Bluetooth from this to get the music from it. And then I've got one of those Apple CarPlay wireless and Android Auto USB doogles that you plug into the Android radios in the car. They will work on an Android tablet. I don't know if many of y'all know that. So I'll have Android Auto here, but it have to be plugged up. But I have CarPlay wireless. I've tested that out. And this is actually, this trim here you're looking at is a case off eBay. I just ordered a hard case for it. Took the case apart, trimmed it like I needed to. CA glued it in so far. I've got some JB Weld to fill in these cracks. It's going to take some Bundo and some fiberglass in, but y'all get the gist on that. It'll look something like this when I'm done. Same way I molded those speaker grills in and did this for the tweeter. So I think that'll turn out pretty good. But I hadn't done an update. Thought I'd let y'all know where I was at. Still hadn't did anything with the T-tops. Had made my mind up. I could fix them without welding, but I kind of want to do it right. I haven't made my mind up yet. It depends on what time does. And I still haven't done the seats. I've got a full remote start alarm with a tracker for it, just like I've got on my SS. That works off the phone. I've got to install it, but they shipped it without the tracker, and they put me a new one in the mail that hasn't come yet. So I'll do that before I put the dash in. I'll put the alarm in and do all that stuff. No, that's quick and brief, man. I just knew I hadn't give y'all an update. Y'all know I'll be away till after the first of the year, and then after the first of the year, hopefully I'm gonna work on this over the holidays and try to at least get this part done. If I can get this knocked out by the holidays and get the alarm in, I'm gonna aim to put the dash in. Only issue I've got, which I can do after the fact, my heater controller works on every setting except for high, and then I've got to figure out my vacuum lines to do my vents. All the lines are here. See, they're there. I've actually hooked that one up. It's like it ran over there where it goes. But the vents won't open and close. So I got to figure that out. See, I put a new blower motor in it. It works fine now. So I've been doing little things here and there. I just hadn't really had time to film it with work as usual. It's been a mess. But as soon as I get everything going, I'll give y'all a better update out to the first of the year, man. If everybody out there watching and following, man, I hope y'all have a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. And I will see y'all after the first of the year. Peace.